Dolly Parton would be a billionaire if she didn't give away a bunch of her money. That's why we love her so much.
It's crazy. It's crazy how much more a billion is than a million.
I know.
Also. Like it used to be like a flex to be like a millionaire, and now it's like it's like nothing.
Any old broke ass be a millionaire. Everyone that owns a house is practically, their house is almost $1 million.
Pretty much. That's what I was going to say. You don't even see, every single house that's for sale now is $1 million. Yeah, that's how much a house costs. It costs $1 million to have a house.
To have a house. Like, okay. But.
And I don't want to hear somebody be like, no, it doesn't. There's houses cheaper than that. No, there's not. There's not.
Yeah, you can go live in Arkansas. You can get
yeah, exactly. Like, okay,
$200,000.
Technically, I guess there are houses that aren't $1 million, but most of them are $1 million. It's crazy. Even I see houses in my neighborhood, which is very regular neighborhood, and then I see a house goes up for sale, and they do some like renovation and stuff like that, but they don't like change the house drastically on the outside, and then it's $1 million.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's just like a normal.
And there's
house.
about to be a trillionaire coming up.
Oh my God!
I can't remember I don't remember him. I don't remember that guy.
That's crazy.
I can look it up. There's about to be a trillionaire, and it's like, this guy's like hoarded wealth would solve like all of the world's problems, and like nobody cares.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, it's really fucked up. It's really, really super fucked up.
Freakily. I can't.
How come people just don't care about it?
I don't know. People? And like, what are you going to do with all that money? Like.
But like, you can't even spend that much money.
What are you doing with it? Like, why? Like, I don't know. It's just like.
Does it make you happy to know that you have it? Like.
Okay.
What's the point?
Candidates for the first trillionaire, the usual suspects. Elon, Jeff, or Mark are racing to the trillionaire line.
I thought they only had like $150 billion or something. They're a while away from the trillion. Oh yeah, they probably do.
I bet Bezos is like getting up there with his. He makes like. What is it? Like he makes like $8 million an hour or something. Like he makes like
dope.
Every super like dope. Hour from him like doing nothing with like Amazon, he just makes like $8 million. So I mean, I feel like he's gonna be.
That's so stupid.
1 hour. Too bad your wedding looked like shit. Okay. Anyway, intro. Welcome to Linked Out. Welcome to Linked Out, the podcast that won't help you get a job, but will make you feel better about not having one.
I guess we should acknowledge the fact that we are not in the same place this week. We've also had many technical difficulties.
Many.
Trying to make this episode to happen, but we kept trying, and I'm proud of us for that.
And now we have some visual aids to go with our podcast.
We just wanted to spice it up a little bit and see.
We just wanted to see,
see how our video goes.
We're still trying to work on what we're going to do for subscription. And we know that there is going to be visual component involved. So this could be part of it, but we don't know. Oh, my God. I thought you were going to freeze again. Sorry. I was like, oh, my God. Not again.
I'm still here. I'm trying to make it so that I look less like a specter, but I don't know if that's going to happen. It's just, for some reason, extremely whitewashed. Yeah.
We'll fix it in post. No, we won't. We won't do that.
No,
we're not going to had enough trouble getting
we
here.
won't.
We're not gonna blow it by trying to give ourselves a little healthy glow.
I just want a less of a glow. I feel overly glowing.
Yeah, you look celestial.
Well, let's tell everybody. Thank you. And I certainly don't feel celestial. Let's tell everybody why we missed last week, and it was kind of like related to stuff that we talk about often. So I guess I'll just explain. We missed last week. We wouldn't have, but technical difficulties. But I was in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Shout out Chattanooga. Any listeners in Chattanooga?
Are there? Let us know.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, let us know. I was there because we were like considering, given the state of the economy and the state of everything, the state of my joblessness, etc. Me and my husband were considering potentially staying at a friend's mom has a second or third home in Chattanooga that she graciously offered for us to stay in if we wanted to, and for free. And so we were going up there to look around and see and stuff. But to be honest, I haven't really decided if that's going to help or not. But like it might, but I don't know. It just is a lot to consider. Chattanooga is about 2 hours away from where we live. So it would be a lot of driving back and forth still to our house here, trying to like sell our house. And my husband still would be working here. And yeah, I just haven't decided, but I mean, it was a fun little trip. We were just only there for 2 days, and it was cool to like be in a different place, but that's the explanation.
Maybe you should like Airbnb your house and see if anybody wants to stay in it. And then if somebody like books it for a week, you just like go to Chattanooga and stay there.
That's a good idea. I could do that. I don't know like why anyone would want to stay in my house because it's in like a random part of town, but you never know.
Yeah, but like, I mean, but it's not that far away from stuff like, and you know, people like film in Atlanta all the time. I know it's like far away from, but like they would have to drive to like set or wherever they were filming anyway. So like some people, I don't know, when my friend comes out here to shoot stuff, like she always gets just like a nice house somewhere and like drives into where we have to go. But I don't know.
I'll consider it. I don't have to get my house Airbnb ready, which as you can see, it's definitely not.
Will you lock the office door? It's not a bedroom.
Yeah,
you don't let people go in.
Yeah. We put everything in here.
Yeah. You know, I guess it's like kind of a 1-bedroom because unless they have like a kid's room, which could be appealing. Somebody could want to go on vacation to Atlanta with their kids.
I know there is a house like an Airbnb version for people specifically with like families and kids and stuff because they like want people to leave like all of the like cribs and like high chairs and toys and everything like that so that when they travel it's like convenient. There is actually one of those. I think it's called Kindred.
My friend does something like that, and like that's the only way she can afford to travel because she like just does house swaps. And like when people and she has dogs, so when people come to her house they have to like, she has a really nice house in LA, but when people come to her house they have to like take care of her dogs. And so like when she
Oh yeah, there's a dog one too. That's
he travels
right.
like
my friend.
Every time,
someone's told me about
every
that.
Time you let somebody, every time you let somebody use your house, you like get more and more points, and then you can like use them to like go somewhere and use someone else's house. It's cool. Hotels are expensive, and Airbnb is
cool.
expensive.
No,
taxes on Airbnb are crazy.
Yeah. I know and the cleaning fees. Sometimes the cleaning fee is like the same cost as the actual place.
Yeah,
I feel like,
some people get wild with it.
They really do. We also, Brit and I also have been talking about.
We're spiraling. We're We're spiraling. So the problem,
I guess talking isn't really what we've been doing.
So I was going to say, like, the problem is, like, we love our small business and we, like, want it to succeed. We believe in it. We believe in the cause, like, all of that stuff. But the problem with it is that, and this is, you know, small business 101, like, you're not going to make money. Like, you're not going to make it a sustainable amount of money, like, immediately. You have to, like, nurture and work on something, which we know this, but we are fucking broke. So, like, we are trying to, so, like, this would be a great side hustle situation if we had, like, full-time corporate jobs and then we were, like, doing this on the side and, like, nurturing it while we had, like, a cushion of money, but we definitely don't. So it makes it a little tricky to, like, be patient with our small business that we believe in because we are broke and do just, like, need money. So with that being said, we have been spiraling a little bit. I don't know. I fired up my LinkedIn account the other day and to no avail, like,
oh my God, that's right. Brittany's back.
I'm fucking back and I'm not happy about it. But I did, like, I messaged someone that I hadn't talked to in 2 years. The last time I messaged them asking them for a job. And I was like, hey, how are you? I noticed your company was hiring. And they were like, okay, I'll put you in the fucking ring. But, like, it's not going to do anything. But I was like, it was just funny because, like, the last time I talked to them was 2023 when I first became unemployed. And I was like, hey, hey, me again.
You were such a different person. You were such a different person then.
I was so different. It was so different. I was like, it might take
you really
a while.
Must have been.
I was still spiraling when I first became unemployed because I was, like, 8 months pregnant. And I was like, oh my God. And I was, like, going crazy, like, applying to places. But it wasn't like, I didn't have the same, obviously, you know, I was like, it might take a while, but maybe it'll take a year. But eventually I'll get a job, you know. But now I just don't think I will.
No. There was never, ever a part of me that thought it will take a year to get a job. Like, I never, that sounds so crazy long to me a year ago or longer that I would have been like, no fucking way it'll take that long.
Well,
a year?
Yeah, also,
now?
Yeah,
a year is like, oh, that's not too bad, really.
Just a year? I know. I see people online. They're like, I've been looking for a job for 2.5 years. I finally found one. I was like, that's me. That's me right now. But I'm going to find one. But also, like, I was kind of like, I had just had, I was pregnant, but then I was looking before I had the baby. And then I was looking after I had the baby, but not as, like, hardcore as, like, 3 months after you know what I mean? I was, like, kind of sending emails, but, like, I had a newborn. So I wasn't, like, really, I still was, like, don't get me wrong. I was still throwing my resume out to people. Yeah. But I think after I moved to Atlanta, like, right before I moved to Atlanta was when I really started to really hustle with looking for jobs, like, just rapid fire applying and, like, asking people that I didn't ever talk to for a job, like, just really just trying to use all of my resources, and none of them worked. And then, like, okay, I'll move to Atlanta. Yeah. And then I did it again, and then nothing happened. So here we are. That was a little wordy response.
So here we are.
But yeah, so.
Well, anyway.
That was
you forgot to tell them.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the setup.
Segue into things that we've been doing while we spiral.
And one of them is considering another trade school.
I did some extensive research on underwater welding, and
which is so crazy because we don't even live near water.
I'll move for the job.
Yeah, I know. Obviously,
I could go be a longshoreman in a little beach town.
I mean, I'm not sure you're cut out for it, but maybe you are. I don't know.
Hey,
it sounds like
believe
a
in
hard
me.
life.
Well, sometimes, well,
I do
listeners,
believe
if
in
you're
you.
looking for a trade, some longshoremen make $300,000 a year. I mean, not longshoremen, underwater welders make $300,000 a year. And I was like, but they have to risk their lives. So I was like, well, risking your life as a mom is not something that I should probably do. But also $300,000 is a lot, could really, 1 year could really set me up, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just learned this today, and we haven't really like looked into it that much. I think it's true, but like I could be wrong. But apparently Home Depot is offering free courses for certification for like HVAC, electrician, carpentry, and construction. And then I think maybe there was one other thing, but so we're considering learning how to be electricians and handy women,
which there aren't
HVAC repair women.
And I've looked for them. So like apparently I don't know what it's like in Georgia, because I haven't like owned a house in Georgia, but I owned a house in LA, and finding somebody to fix your AC heating system is next to impossible. And those guys and they're all guys. Yes, I'm not generalizing. I've never found a woman HVAC repair person. So an HVAC repair guy, like they're so flaky. They like, I have 5 of them in my Rolodex, and they will not text you back. Once in a while, they'll text you back like a month later and say, hey, do you still need your shit fixed? And you're like, well, not anymore, but why don't you come out and take a look? Well, I have you. And they're thriving. They don't have to text me back. In demand.
No, they don't. Also, very in demand. Also, it's just so funny. Well, 2 things. So I think obviously like the big thing is like sign of the times that like people are like considering that there's enough of a push that Home Depot is offering like people courses in these things that are specifically have to be a person, a human being has to come to your house to fix your HVAC. There's no robot solution for that. There's no AI solution for that yet. And so that's interesting, like something where the human is like not yet replaceable. Obviously, like those careers, if you want, I mean, there are careers, those jobs more are like not as high paying as all the jobs that have been replaced by AI. So, you know, that's not great, I guess, but something is better than nothing. And then the other thing is going back to why we think a female handy woman business is a good idea. Those fucking guys sometimes are really sketchy that come to your house.
I've had like
you've had that experience. Yeah.
So many times. I had a chimney sweep freak me out. Yeah, a chimney sweep. Yes, there are chimney sweeps. They have to come. I was trying to get my fireplace to work. I was like, let's get and this guy just like came into my house, freaked me out, yelled at me, didn't fix my fireplace, shook me down for $500. Like, it was crazy. I was like, oh my God.
A woman would never do also, that.
And that guy that came to fix my dishwasher that was like yelling at, I was like, okay, like, but the other thing is, when I was trying to like fix redo my kitchen before what a luxury. Actually, I just had to, I mean, the kitchen in the house I moved into didn't work. So I had to do it. But not that I would do it now. I would just live with the non-working kitchen. This would happen now. But but I was looking for a female general contractor, and there was none. And the guys that did it were fine. They're fine. But I know that there are certain things that they did that a woman would never do. Like just like little things with like placement of tile. Yeah. I'm like, I don't want this pattern of the tile next to that pattern. You have to like make sure it alternates. Like they didn't, you know what I mean? Like just little stupid things that a female attention to detail would definitely catch, you know? Closets, trying to make a closet.
Yeah.
Like I don't need a man making my closet, you know? I need a woman who knows about
100%.
closets.
We're starting a female construction / repair woman.
Yes, new idea.
Business next. TBD on the name, but we are starting it. So any listeners that are women who are interested in this new venture,
you know what to
do. You already know what to do. Hit us up. Join us. I'm going to make a cute brand for it. That'll be my contribution. Then I'm also going to learn how to do electricity because I genuinely want to learn how to do electricity.
How hard could it be? A man could do it. How hard could it be? My electrician.
Can I tell you something?
Wasn't like a smart dude. It was just like some dude.
First of all, we can always learn new things. As much as you want to learn something new is how hard it will be for you to learn it. You just have to want to learn it. But also, can I tell you something? This is funny because Thomas, my husband, and I were talking about our podcast. We were on the way somewhere else. And like maybe it was like he had it like still playing from he was listening to an episode or something. And I was like, oh, you're listening to it or whatever. And that's funny. I know he does. Shout out to him, obviously. But he was like,
he's listening,
you guys. He is listening right now. He told me that we might be a little bit, how to put this? I guess he told me that we might be a little bit overly critical of men on the podcast.
Aww.
Which which I said, like, literally said to him, like,
maybe mention
well, you don't have to listen to it.
I am trying to be overly critical of men. Sydney is not.
I'm not trying to be overly critical, but I am a little critical. Like, I think you kind of have to be.
Too many, there's a lot of stuff in the culture that doesn't criticize men enough. Men get away with a lot of stuff. If we're not being overly critical of men, who's gonna do it? Because people just aren't yelling at men enough, and that's what I think. Sorry to our male listeners. We love you. We love our male listeners, and we think that you're becoming better at not being a shitty man by listening to this podcast. You're better. He was just like, you're better for listening to the podcast because you're listening to the other side, you know, and not all men listen to the other side. In fact, most men don't. So that's, I don't know.
You know what? This podcast passes the Bechdel test.
Absolutely.
Every single episode.
Wait, unless we're talking. Wait, but does the Bechdel test also is it talking about a man in general, or is it like talking favorably about a man? Because we do talk about men, but not favorably. I don't know.
I always thought it was talking about like being like in a relationship with a man, or like I'd always thought it was like talking a romantic relationship or whatever. Is like if girls are only just talking about like, oh, that guy's cute, like,
right? Yeah. If like female,
like that. And our podcast definitely.
That's true. Well, actually, you want to know something funny? When I used to be able to afford therapy, my therapist told me that our sessions passed the Bechdel test, and I was like, oh, and she's like, but actually, like, she's like, but actually, like, maybe you might want to like talk about your relationship in therapy a little bit. And I was like, no, thanks. I have bigger.
No. Like, why would I waste time talking about that?
I have bigger fish to fry. I was like, hey, you know what?
We're not worried about that.
Anyway, but
That's really
But
funny.
yeah, I'm sorry, Thomas. Thomas, you're a good guy, but you're still a guy.
He's a good guy. That's what I told him. I said the exact thing to him. I said, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about men in general. Okay. And I was like, and you be the first to admit that men in general are terrible.
Wait, but would he though? I think that I honestly think God bless Thomas's heart, but I honestly think he wants to see the good in people.
Maybe not the first.
And doesn't,
that's what it is. That's what it is.
It's like he doesn't necessarily.
He's like, we don't need to be more divided, between the sexes or between the genders or whatever. And I was like, yeah, but I don't think, first of all, I don't think we on this podcast are sowing the seeds of gender,
no, I am.
Discord or whatever, discontent.
No,
I think that's what we're doing. You're just. Okay, well, I can't with you.
but it is. I mean, okay, just in a complicated sense, I know Thomas wants to see the good in people, but he also is still a man that doesn't understand the whole nuance of how bad most men are, because he is a man, and men he hasn't had to experience it. And but also him also wanting to see the good in people, he wants to believe that men are not inherently evil, but they are, right, mostly.
Right. But we don't know that. Yeah, the evidence.
Yes, but guilty until proven innocent is the thing. You know what I mean? Be nicer, be better, and then you get a pass. Yeah. Where it's not the other way around anymore.
Yeah.
It used to be like that, but now it's not.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
But anyway, I don't want to polarize.
I would agree.
I don't want to polarize our 60 our 60 people that listen to this podcast, and probably 28 of them
and men do listen to this
and we
podcast.
love the people that listen to this podcast, and you can go ahead and pat yourself on the back for supporting women, because this is a women-centric podcast that you're supporting. So thank you. You're that's already true. Better.
No, that's true. Thank you.
Anyway, well,
okay, last thing for this week.
Moving on,
no, that was good.
Okay. But I do want to clarify, we do love Thomas. even if we're overly critical of men.
We love all of our male friends and followers and family members, and I'm sure there's some men that we would like that we haven't met yet.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm all set. My roster's full.
Maybe. And
my roster's full on good men. I agree. I found the 7 of them, and I'm friends with them, and that's it. We're done.
Yeah. Yes, we have a pop-up coming up this weekend, but also I want to say that I started a new TikTok account this week.
Oh.
I haven't even actually
I don't know about it
yet.
I know. My seat.
Well, I was listening. Yeah, well, I was listening to another podcast. One of the podcasts I listen to is an NPR produced podcast. I love NPR. Shout out NPR. Please pick up our podcast. We love you. I'd love to be on an NPR podcast.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be great?
We would have to tone it down.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it would be great. Let's manifest it. Let's manifest it. So anyway, I was listening to this podcast, and they had this woman talking about she, her story was, it was pretty short. It was 10 minutes, and her story was about, it was a TED Talk about her. She had changed from she had an addiction, and she was addicted to drugs, and she didn't really say what. She was an addict, and then now she was the CEO of this tech company or whatever, and that happened in the span of 5 years. And she was talking about how the most important thing in her opinion that led to her making that change in her life was the idea of having personal agency, which is really just the belief that you can change the direction of your life, or make decisions to change the direction of your life. So whatever, like your career, obviously, like moving, like any big decision that you feel like you're not enjoying the direction your life is going and you want to change it or whatever. So that was a long walk, as you would say, to my TikTok that I started this week, which I told you that I'm going to write a book. So starting a TikTok to document my book writing journey.
Well, you didn't even tell the listeners that you're going to write a book.
I know. Well, that's right. Okay. Well, I decided I'm going to write a book. That's my personal agency. That's what I'm deciding to do. I'm like, I'm going to write a book. I've always like played with the idea in the back of my head that I would do that someday. But now I feel like there's enough pressure on me to like do something to change the direction of my life that I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to actually write a book. And honestly, too, like, this isn't any shade at myself, but way worse. I mean, maybe this sounds conceited, whatever, but there's people who write bad books and they get published all the time. That's all I'm going to say. If I don't write the worst book, it'll still get published. I think I can do it. I believe in myself. Maybe I'm crazy, but that's the
20-page Google Doc I have of like notes that are like stuff that I put in to this like never-ending Google Doc where I'm like, but what if I write a book someday? It's like a free write, which I am not going to write a book, but I mean, never say never, but I do just like put
right.
I just don't know. I've thought about it. All copywriters have thought about writing a book, I think, you know. You're always like,
For
oh,
sure.
and like, you know, you just like collect these stories that are like make up your life, and you're like, but why would anyone care? You're like, but they might. I don't know.
But they might. People read books about all kinds of things. So I'm trying to get plugged into book talk. I'm trying to get, I'm just trying to stay, it's really more like to hold myself accountable to like actually like do a little bit every day. So we'll see how it goes.
What is your book? You're not going to tell anybody what the book's going to be about?
I'm not quite ready yet. It just started this week. Let's wait. Let's let it gain some momentum first. I'll tell you guys in a couple weeks. Let's let it marinate.
So write a book.
Yeah. That's my grand plan for now. Write a book, sell these kids clothes, make this podcast, start a business for handy women, maybe sell my house.
Throw a net out there. One of them's going to...
I got a lot of balls in the air.
You know, the wrapping up a little bit is like going back to our, you know, ethos of this podcast, which is like stay creative and keep yourself, you know, stay doing stuff that, you know, that you like doing and doing stuff for you, because that's the only way to get through to the other side, and also the only way to like cope with unemployment and having all of this extra like pent up creative energy and time on your hands is like doing something for yourself with it.
Yeah, I do think too that probably a lot of people relate to this feeling of like, you know, everybody in your life that's kind of like, hey, when are you going to get a job? Or like, you know, there's kind of your friends that are like, well, have you tried this? Have you tried that? You know, people around you will often sort of offer like first thought solutions to your
I did want to talk about that.
And and that can be very, very frustrating.
Like, oh, have you tried? Yes, I've tried.
Because it's like, yeah, I did think of that.
Everything someone is going to suggest to you, we know that you've tried it. And people that are in the like the nice cushion of having a job it's not clocking to them. They're not getting it.
It's not clocking to them. It is absolutely 100% not
like,
clocking to them. So all that to say, we
You go ahead.
Yeah, we see you. No, I was just gonna say we see you, like, and we definitely know what that's like, and it feels too like there's always external pressure for people who are not in the situation that you're in to say, like, when are you gonna figure it out and stuff like that, and like that's really hard. That can be really like kind of make you feel bad, like you're somehow, not smart enough to figure it out or whatever. That's not the case. We know that. We know that you're smart. We know that you've thought through every single option and are continuing to think of new solutions. So all of that to say, keep going. And also, like, I had another thought, but now it's gone. Sorry.
Just like, don't, I mean,
it was a deep thought.
I just like, yeah, I know it's tough to like when people think they're helping and they try to creative problem solve because like you've done it. So, try to take it with a great grain of salt or fucking yell at them. I don't care. You should maybe like get it out, just be like, yeah, I did try that. I have been working on it. I actually have been, it's been tearing me up inside and it's everything in me to not bring it up every time I see anybody. So, maybe get it out.
It's all I think about 24/7. So
looking up trades, applying to Trader Joe's, which I did.
Yeah, trades and Trader Joe's.
Anyway, but yeah, just
Syd and Brit.
You're not alone, and it's like this is what people with jobs do. They don't get it, so we get it. So if you want to talk about it,
yeah,
email us, drop us a line, go to any of our social channels. We'll talk about it because we're unemployed and we have nothing but time here. Anyway.
If you enjoyed today's podcast, please give us a 5-star review. Email us at linkedoutpod@gmail.com and follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Sky at linkedoutpod. Your support means everything, and we fucking love you. Mwah.
That was cute.
Bye, bestie.